Hey guys, I told you I'd make a video, so here I am making a video. We are going to start with number 18, and we're going to talk about completing the square. So this is solving by completing the square. I'm going to do another completing the square problem a little later where we're writing equations. This is number 18, and it says solve by completing the square. So when I solve by completing the square, I actually need to get just the x's on the left side. And I need to get the constants over to the other side of the equation. So we're going to subtract 43 to both sides. Okay, so we cancel out on the left, and we're left with x squared plus 16x, and this is where I do plus blank space, equals negative 48 plus blank space. So this is when we complete the square. So I take my middle term, which is 16x. So you just take the number out in front, 16. You divide it by 2. That's 8. Guys, circle 8. We're going to use 8 when we rewrite the left side. But then we want to square it because this completes the square. Okay, and that gives me 64. This number is what I add into the blank space on both sides. So now I need to simplify the left side and the right side. Guys, simplifying the left side is rewriting this trinomial. It's now a perfect square trinomial. So I write it as a perfect square. X plus, this is where the 8 goes. Quantity squared equals negative 48 plus 64 is positive 16. Okay, now from here, I'm going to solve. Alright, the numbers are a little off. There we go. So now I'm going to solve, guys. To do that, I'm going to square root both sides. Square root the left side, square root the right side. And I'm left with x plus 8 equals plus or minus 4, because the square root of 16 is 4. Now I'm going to subtract 8 to both sides to finally get x by itself. This leaves two situations. I get positive 4 minus 8, and I get negative 4 minus 8 because of the plus or minus. So I get two answers. Negative 4, because 4 minus 8 is negative 4, and also negative 12. So my final answer, x equals negative 4, and x equals negative 12. And that's solving by completing the square. We're going to go on to the next slide. So now this is number 20. We are rewriting equations in standard form. We just didn't have time in class to go through all of these. There's two examples for this one, and they're a little bit different, so I'm going to go through both of them. Guys, this is in factored form. Standard form, if you don't remember, standard form looks like this. Ax squared plus bx plus c. It's a trinomial. This is factored form. So to get into standard form, I'm going to FOIL. So x times x is x squared. X times 5 is positive 5x. Go the other way. X times negative 9 is minus 9x. And 5 times negative 9 is minus 45. Now combine your insides. And we get negative 4x. Just drop the other two parts down, and you're done. Don't forget your y equals. Guys, all I did was I took factored form and I just rewrote it in standard form. That's my answer. And we can go on. Now I'm going to take vertex form and turn it into standard form. This one has a little bit more steps. I have to go in the order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So exponents comes first, which means I need to take care of the squared. When I square a binomial, guys, I actually have to FOIL it. So you always want to FOIL first. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. X times 3 again is 3x. And 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, let's leave this in parentheses. We are going to combine the insides. So I get x squared plus 6x plus 9. Leave it in parentheses. Let's take this 2 and drop it out in front. And let's take this minus 1 and drop it out and back. Again, following the order of operations, now I'm going to multiply. And then when I multiply this 2, I need to distribute it. So I get 2x squared plus 12x plus 18, and I still have this minus 1. Oops, I forgot the 1. This should be plus 18, not 8. There we go, beautiful. And we still have the minus 1. So now I can combine, finally, these two terms. And my final answer, guys, is going to be y equals 2x squared plus 12x plus 17. All I did was take vertex form and I rewrote it into standard form. And now we can go on. Now we're going to rewrite this into factored form. Guys, whenever you rewrite into factored form, okay, you're going to just factor. It's in the word. Just factor. It tells you what to do. When I factor, I make an x. And I have negative 22 at the top. I have 9 at the bottom. So I need two numbers that are going to multiply to negative 22 and add or subtract to 9. How about 2 and 11? I want the 9 to be positive, so it's got to be negative 2 and positive 11. And since there's no number out in front of x squared, I can go right to my answer. I get x minus 2 in one group and x plus 11 in the other. And again, this is equal to y. Ladies and gentlemen, I am done. It does not say the word solve. It doesn't need an answer for x. It just wants me to rewrite a new equation. And I just did that. So I'm actually done. And we can go on. Last one is writing in vertex form. This is the newest thing, and it does give you a hint to complete the square. So, for this one, I need to rewrite in vertex form by completing the square. I'm going to start by making the y 0. And then we're going to do this the same exact way we've been doing it, which is starting by moving the constant over. So I got negative 5 plus blank spot equals x squared plus 4x plus blank. Now, we're used to having the x's on the left and the numbers on the right, but this is the same exact thing. So I'm still going to take my b term and divide it by 2, which is 2. Circle that because we'll use it in a second, but then square it, and we get 4. The 4 goes in the blank spots on both sides. Simplify the left side. Negative 5 plus 4 is actually negative 1. Equals. We have x, this is where the 2 comes in, guys, plus 2 quantity squared. Now, I am not trying to solve, because if I were to solve this, I would get no solution. Why? Because I would have to square root both sides, and you can't square root a negative. But that is not my purpose, you guys. My purpose is not to solve, but to rewrite. So then, all you do for the rewriting is just swing this number back over to the other side. Change it back to a y, and I get x plus 2, quantity squared, plus 1. And that's it. That's my answer. Ta-da! Study it up tonight, you guys. Come in early if you have questions, and good luck. Last test of the year. You can do it.